Good evening, y'all. Sure has been a while, hasn't it? Um, so, it's been, God, how long has it been? It's been a year since I last did an update on this project, right? Well, in that time, I've gone up 2.4 revisions. Still haven't left alpha though, but you know, in that time, I've done so much work, I don't even know where to start. Um, so first things first, I did add, I added flashcards. I added links to Jisho, which is a popular dictionary service. So let's just take a look at that. So let's say I'm gonna look at. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, but I've been adding just loads and loads of words, or loads and loads of sets. Now that got that button there, might as well use it, right? So let's look at chapter 6 vocabulary. Oh, that's the wrong button. There's a little spoiler there. So you can see here I'm signed in. So I get these nice blue links, and if I click on them, it'll take me to Jisho, which is a Japanese dictionary. I figured that'd be pretty useful because then when you're learning it, you can see, oh, here's all of the other definitions, right? And you can get like your JLPT level, or whatever else, see if you really need to learn it or not. And then you can see if I can put in, is it sad? Yeah, you can see it goes on, just as it always did, right? As it always did. So then the main thing I did, or well, the thing I did next after that is I reworked the editing page. It might look pretty much the same, but obviously I made the font a little bigger because my tired eyes can't see small letters when they're like this small. And I made it bold because I don't know, I thought it looked better. And then if I scroll all the way down, this is just not the set that has a really good example of it. Let's go to chapter 10. Chapter 10, I believe. No, it might have been chapter 9. Okay, so chapter 9 is a really good example of this because if I look at it, this is actually a new section I've added. It's called Notes, I guess, and it just supports like HTML code. You can just write down stuff in the layout you want it to appear as. And I spelled chocolate. And then you can like put stuff and it'll just be formatted how you write it there, right? And I think this is really useful because when I was doing a lot of these sets last year, over the past year rather, I noticed that there's a lot of like little things. Like for example, here's one definition where choco is included as like something for chocolate, but the textbook only lists like chocoreto or something. So I just wrote something there that says, oh, I've included it because I've heard it translated like that. And all the other things, because sometimes there's other ones in there. And the other thing I did here is you can see if I submit edits, it says edits saved, they should be visible now, and then after a couple of seconds, you might have seen it earlier when I fixed that error, it'll just go and it'll be like, oh yeah, make sure to save your edits before leaving there. So let's move on. The next thing I did is I created this whole layout for flashcards, and you can see I hover over it, and I can get my like front and back just as if you had a real flashcard. But what I also did, and this was like the second thing I did after I made the flashcards feature, right? The second thing I did was I made it so you can print the cards, so you can see if I go here, wow, look, I can print them out. There's my grammar assistant. I was I have like plans to make it so that it's properly two-sided instead of just one-sided, then you cut them out and fold them in half, but not quite yet. So that's pretty useful because like then I can print them out. Like if I have something that I don't have in print already, like say I have this list of JLPTN 5 kanji. If I why are you all the way down there? Okay, if I have this list here, this is like something I don't have that just like already. So if I wanted to print it out, really useful because I can just go like that, and then I have it here, and I can just print it. Obviously, I'm not going to do it right now. But yeah, so that's really useful. And then the thing I did after that is I made this idle mode. So like if you are at the gym, or say this is how I used it, is when I was at the gym over the summer, I was like, I'm running on this treadmill doing nothing for like 15 minutes straight. You know what I could do? I could be looking at my football cards, but because I didn't want to like touch my phone or hold my hand up, I added this mode where every 5 seconds it'll flip the card automatically. Obviously, for reasons I can't make it animate and flip, so I just made it swap the text on the sides. But it's really useful because like I can just like fall asleep right now watching my vocab cards flip by over time. Um, and oh yeah, okay, it does a little glitching, but it's mostly glitch free. I don't know why. Yeah, okay. And then finally, the one last thing I just did today, you can literally see I have the thing open up there, is I added in, let's go to something with an interesting word. Various adjectives, sure. So I have, let's use this one. So let's say I have no idea what kawaii means, even though it says cute there, right? And I'm like, oh damn, I wish I knew what this sentence was. Like if I could get it in a sentence, obviously I could go into Jisho and I could find a sentence, right? But, and I'm sure you're aware, the rage these days is generative AI, like having the AI write text, right? So I was like, let's do that, but for example sentences. So if I click on get an example for the selected word, wait for a few seconds, it says, uh, Sono koinu wa kawaii desu. That puppy is cute. So that gives me translation and a sentence, and I'm like, oh, now I understand. Uh, Puppies are cute. Wow, who knew? And once again, got another Jisho link here, so I can go here. I've got like Sono and then Koinu if you didn't know it, but I did. So, now I can see each and every one here. I figured I'll leave that service to Jisho because, frankly, they just have such a good system for it. I don't think I could match it. Um, and of course, if you like go to a different one, say Takai, and then it's Kono Ringo wa Takai desu, that this apple is expensive. At the moment, it's kind of set to make like pretty simple sentences. But if you give it a more complex word, let's say I go to something more complex in chapter 10. Why are you I'm gonna just turn this off. Why? No. Okay, whatever. Embarrassing me in front of my captive studio audience. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go to, what's a really long one? None of these words are particularly difficult, but yeah, here we go. Kaishain, business person. So I tap get an example, and then it'll just say Kaishain desu ka? Are you an employee? Sometimes the AI is not the most sapient. It's just it'll throw down the translation twice, even though I told it don't write the translation twice. But we live. It's better to have it and have it be broken than to have it, or than to not have it at all, right? And once again, if I wanted to print it, it's pretty useful. Pretty useful, I think. But that's kind of it. um, Obviously, a lot of the work I've been doing is on other projects. Like the thing for the AI is not just these examples. I have like a whole Discord bot, so I can like actually talk to it via a chat program that the kiddos use these days. And of course, there's other stuff I've been working on, but that is just a recap of the last year's progress. And I thought it was pretty good because I have like basically not done any work on it except for just adding sets every week or so. Not every week, but like pretty often. But anyway, that's all. So thanks for listening, and goodbye, I guess.